When first entering into a new world with 137 different pals available and only your clothes on your back, it can be intimidating to know how to get started. There are a handful of pets that you will find early on, so which ones of these are actually good that you want to go after? Sure, in the endgame there are amazing pals that can do everything, and all of us will want to collect all that we find. But what can you find within your first hour or so that are good for getting started? Here are my 5 recommendations that you can capture all at level 5 or below, right within the starting area. So our first one is one you will see in the opening cutscene and immediately, Cativa. If you are looking around the starting area, you cannot go very far without tripping over one of these. They are a very, very common pink cat that you're going to find everywhere. So they are not difficult to find, so feel free to give one a couple of pokes and use a pal sphere that you can make at any crafting bench. And these handy dandy creatures come with some decent abilities to use around your base. They come with Handiwork 1, Transporting 1, Gathering 1, and Mining 1. The main thing we're really excited for them to have early on is Mining. This is your first pal that you can find that will mine for you. They will mine stone that you can find around, or you can later create a site where they'll be able to mine stone for you as well. Plus, any early on things, they have Handiwork. Handiwork will allow them to help you to make things faster, and Gathering is great for just gathering up any of your berries that you'll be making in your early berry farms as well. And they also come with a handy passive that even later game I carry some of these around with me. They give you 50 more weight that you can carry, which, while maybe not exciting, is always just helpful to be able to carry around more. Now, if you are looking in the exact same area, you won't have to go far, but do keep in mind that this next one only spawns at night, because different pals come out during the day and night. You may need to make a torch to be able to allow yourself to see at night, but you will find these long, glowing strands of what look like hair in the middle of the night. This is Daydream. Now, Daydream's labor skills that we talked about from before, Handiwork, Transporting, Gathering, those are stuff that Cativa can do. It's fine to have around the base, but really the reason we want it is its passive ability. Yes, you will have to wait a few levels to unlock its necklace and then craft it at a Palgear workbench, but it allows you to add to your attacks while it's not currently your active pal, because normally you can only have one active pal. So, with one of these, it's nice. It adds to your attacks even when you have your pal out. Though do be aware you can't put this pal away, and therefore it might try to kill things that you're trying to capture. So do keep that in mind. If you're actually trying to catch things, it's not as handy. But if you're trying to do damage, it's amazing. That's just one. A bonus tip is that if you have 4 of these in your team and a Hookrates that you'll find in the same area, they will amplify dark attacks, and all 4 of them will be amplified, and they will just nuke anything that you look at. So this is what I recommend as a really good one early on to allow you to not die, have better combat prowess out in the field. Now the next one you'll have to do a little bit of walking. The next one is a little penguin that you will have to go from that starting area that you're down. Just follow the path down, 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 past all of the other chickens and lambs and everything that you see on the way down. Keep going down. You'll find in this area these fox sparks, which are the fire foxes, which are fine if you need one for kindling, but that's all they do, so I don't necessarily recommend them. You'll find some gumos here, which again are fine, but we'll find a better one to do what they do. You're looking for the blue penguins called Pangolin. And the main reason these guys are pretty good is they are Handiwork, Transporting, Cooling, which you won't need much early on, but also Watering. They're able to water your locations and your farms that you will need early on for your berries to be able to feed yourself and your pals. And it also has a very amusing active skill that if you make the rocket launcher, you can literally load this thing into a rocket launcher and hurtle it at your enemies for an insane amount of damage. Do keep in mind this knocks out the Pangolin in the process, so while amusing, it may not be the best thing to use all the time. Now, once you're at the bottom of this hill, pass by this NPC here, go through this canyon. Don't mind this huge base here. This is my personal base. I put this here. It won't be here in your world. Take a left, go across the bridge, up and over the next bridge, and then keep heading mostly northern of the waypoint here, the small settlement. In this area, you will find a fluffy one called Cremis, which is not what we're looking for here. We're actually looking for the ones that are a little more brown, the Vixie. Now, Vixie on the surface does not look impressive. It only has 2 abilities of gathering and farming. But farming things can have some really nice abilities. This one allows it to dig up items out of your ranch, which you can make as soon as you are level 5. And what this will give you is will give you a steady supply of 3 free things: arrows, gold, and pal spheres. These are not necessarily the most expensive things to make, but if you're ever using a bow and you're always out catching things, trying to gain experience, these are insanely great just to have a constant supply flowing in, so you don't have to stop and keep making these while your resources are still slightly limited because you're in the early game. Once you have your Vixie, you will want to go back towards that arch and little canyon that brought you to the fork where you turned left before here. You'll instead turn right, looking for this large ore vein and a river. You will cross that bridge, and shortly there across this bridge, or even before it, they're all in this area, are little green squirrels called lift monks. And what these things do a lot of different things for your base. They have planting one to plant those berries, handiwork one, lumbering one. These are one of your first pals that you will find that will chop down trees for you to give you wood. Medicine production, which you also don't have from these others that I've recommended, and another one that will do gathering one as well. And if you make its item in the pal gear bench, it will jump on your head and shoot things for you with its guns. Yeah, this game goes a little hard sometimes. And there you have it. Those are 5 pals that I think you can find right away that will be very good for you to have to get you started. Now, there are many more pals that you'll find along the way. Feel free to grab some of them too. Try out what you think is best. Do you have any other pals that you think are really good that you can find right in the starting area that you would recommend to somebody? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, everyone, till the next one, keep staying awesome. Take care. Bye-bye.